Africa faces a major challenge of dominance as leaders refuse to step down and hold on to power despite time and age failing them. Here are top 10 African leaders who have refused to give up leadership positions despite various challenges. 1. Teodoro Obiang of Equatorial Guinea. He gained power in 1979 and is still in power as the president of Equatorial Guinea till date, making him Africa's longest-serving president. 2. Paul Biya of Cameroon. He gained power in 1982 as the president and at the age of 92 has reportedly declared interest to run for another term during Cameroon's next presidential poll. 3. Yoweri Museveni of Uganda. He gained power in 1986 after seizing a true rebellion and has served as the 9th and current president of Uganda since then. 4. Denis Sassou of the Republic of Congo. He gained power in 1997 and before then has served as the president between 1979 to 1992. He passed the new constitution in 2015, which enabled him to stand for another term in 2016 and 2021 presidential elections with a majority in the first round. 5. Paul Kagame of Rwanda. A politician and former military officer. He gained power in 2000 after leading the Rwanda Patriotic Front. 6. Isaias Afwerki of Eritrea is a politician and leader who gained power since independence in 1993 as the president of Eritrea and the former chairman of the People's Front for Democracy and Justice since 1994. 7. Ismail Omar of Djibouti. He gained power in 1999 as the president, making him the head of state and head of government of the Djibouti and the commander-in-chief of the Djibouti Armed Forces. He's been there up to date. 8. Faure Gnassingbé of Togo. He gained power in 2005 after his father's 38-year rule and is no longer in power as of May 3, 2025, after he was succeeded by Jean Lucien as the first president of the Council of Ministers, while the role of president became ceremonial. 9. Alassane Ouattara of Ivory Coast. He gained power as the president since 2010 with controversial re-election bids, but he remains the president of Côte d'Ivoire till date. 10. Ali Bongo of Gabon. He is a politician and dictator. He was the third president of Gabon from 2009 until he was deposed in a coup in 2023. He ruled for 14 years after succeeding his father's 42-year reign.
July 14, 2025, Nigeria woke up to the news of two iconic losses. A former military ruler, General Muhammadu Buhari, and a traditional titan, Oba Sikiru Kayode Adetono, the Awujale of Ijebu-land. Different in roles, yet united in spirit, values, and legacy. Their friendship defined boundaries. One ruled from the seat of military command, the other from the throne of ancient Ijebu royalty. Yet, what linked Muhammadu Buhari and Oba Adetono was far deeper: integrity, honesty, fearlessness, and an unshakable love for the people. In 1983, following Nigeria's military coup, Buhari became head of state at a time when monarchs feared political retaliation. History records that Buhari's military government offered unexpected protection for the outspoken Awujale. It was said that the coup saved him. Both men believed leadership was a call to serve and not a seat of privilege. They were known for saying it as it is. They challenged corruption, questioned power, and always put the people first. On July 14th, Nigeria lost two men and a generation of character. That they both died on the same day is no coincidence. It is symbolic. A crown and a uniform laid to rest, leaving behind a blueprint for service, sacrifice, and sincerity. Their story reminds us that power, whether inherited or earned, must be used to protect and not oppress. In the Awujale and Buhari, we saw two men who led from different ends, yet walked the same path. As Nigerian mourns, may their memory be a call to conscience, a reminder that history will always honor men who led not with fear, but with truth.
Now the only party, APC. I think we talk about APC. Now the only party, APC.
The excitement that greeted the coming together of a rainbow coalition of Nigerian opposition politicians into the African Democratic Congress, ADC, may be short-lived, going by the sudden revelation of presidential ambition by some of the leading lights of the coalition. Rotimi Amaechi led the pack with his declaration for presidency, saying that he would use a single term of 4 years if considered by the party. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, while discussing issues a few days ago, hinted at the presidency that it would fix Nigeria if given a chance in 2027.
Abinda muke so mu dawo da shi kuma batun matasa da mata niyyar mu ne mu tabbatar da cewa kusan kashi 70 ya zamanto mata da matasa. Amma kuma kam duk wani wanda ya ce wallahi zai yi sata ko zai yi corruption za mu yi fada da shi. Wallahi za mu yi. Ya isa haka. Kowane ƙasa tana cin gaba kan banda mu. Don mutane kalilan. Shi yasa ko da muka zo wajen interim leadership din nan muka zauna muka tabbatar da wanda za mu ba mutane ne waɗanda suke da kima, waɗanda suke da gaskiya da sauransu. So daga shugabancin jam'iyya za a nuna cewa shugabancin gwamnati ga yadda za ta zamanto.
With both Amaechi and Atiku Abubakar throwing their hat into the rings, the Labour Party's presidential candidate in the 2023 election, Mr. Peter Obi, did not wait a day longer to announce his presidential ambition. This he did while speaking during a one-on-one interview with Channels Television's Jeun Okimbaloye.
Shehu, I'm going to contest for the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and I believe I'm qualified for it.
Analysts and social media commentators have raised concerns over the manner that these three politicians have expressed their desire at the presidential shot, describing it as inimical to the potential progress that could have been made by the coalition that is flying the flag of African Democratic Congress, ADC. The ADC's primary intention is to remove President Bola Ahmed TINUBU from office in 2027. But whether this would be achieved or not is just a matter of time.
Hello, I'm Mary Adam. Welcome to this bulletin on African News 24 TV, where we give you the latest news, breaking stories and updates from Lagos and around the world. Let's get to the headlines first. 8 persons die. Commuters and motorists stranded over truck accident on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Federal government releases 2.3 billion naira to Asuu to clear backlog of arrears. TINUBU gives marching order to service chiefs to hunt down emerging armed groups. Let's begin on a rather sad note with the report of an accident which killed 8 persons today. The accident, which occurred on the Ogun State end of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, involved a truck and a trailer. According to a statement by the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority (LASMA), the mishap resulted in the death of 8 persons. Eyewitness says the laden truck ran onto the barrier with its carrier falling off the bridge into the river. Following the accident, both commuters and pedestrians have had a tough day navigating that road. Pedestrians are seen on foot trekking on the long bridge, their vehicles having been caught in the gridlock. Still on a sad note, but this time in Lagos State, 1 person has been confirmed dead from a building collapse. According to eyewitness, the 3-story building came down during a manual demolition in Alaya Biagba area of Ajegunle, APAPA. The permanent secretary of LASEMA, Dr. Olufemi Okeosanyintolu, in a statement says the agency's response team arrived at the scene to find the building collapsed, trapping several workers, out of which 8 have so far been rescued. Away from that and to education, the federal government has released 2.3 billion naira to unions in the federal universities across Nigeria to clear the backlogs of arrears. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, said this while providing updates on the government's ongoing engagements with Asuu and other tertiary institution unions in Abuja. Alausa noted that President Bola Tinubu remains resolute in his determination to resolve all lingering welfare and funding challenges in a transparent, fair and sustainable manner. Alausa said the released funds processed through the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation underscored Tinubu's administration's commitment to clearing inherited backlogs and improving the welfare of academic and non-academic staff in tertiary institutions. Still in the ivory tower, the House of Representatives is asking the federal government to urgently upgrade Nigeria's first-generation universities. The lawmakers say the universities, once the pride of Nigeria's academic landscape, have reportedly suffered from neglect and infrastructure decay. The list of universities to include the University of Ibadan, University of Lagos, Ahmadu Bello University, and the University of Nigeria. According to the lawmakers, the first-generation universities were once globally respected for their academic excellence, quality faculty, and top-tier infrastructure. However, years of neglect have eroded their status, leading to a decline in global competitiveness. The lawmakers say they have resolved to conduct a comprehensive investigation into the quality and standard of tertiary education trust fund projects executed in federal universities to ensure accountability and value for public funds. It was a dramatic scene seeing a delegation of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAMB walk out on members of the House of Representatives Committee on Basic Education Examination Bodies. The JAMB officials reportedly staged the walkout over media presence at a public hearing in Abuja. The public hearing organized by the lawmakers was to investigate the 2023-2024 budget performance of JAMB and revenue management in the agency over the period. However, the delegation, led by JAMB Director Mufutau Bello, wanted the hearing held behind closed doors. He disagreed with the committee over the presence of the journalist in the hall and consequently led all the members of the delegation to walk out of the hearing. Addressing newsmen after the walkout, the chairman of the committee, Oboko Ofoji, described the action of the JAMB officials as unfortunate and unacceptable. And to some security stories. President Bola Tinubu has directed the newly appointed service chiefs to launch decisive operations against emerging armed groups threatening national stability. The directive follows a major overhaul of the nation's security leadership aimed at boosting efficiency and coordination among the armed forces. The President emphasized the need for renewed professionalism, discipline and intelligence-driven strategies to protect citizens and restore confidence in the military. The new commanders are expected to strengthen interagency cooperation and deliver tangible results in curbing insecurity across troubled regions. Security analysts believe the appointments reflect Tinubu's determination to adopt a performance-based approach to national defense and tackle long-standing security challenges. The coming months are expected to test the new leadership's capacity to implement the President's mandate and achieve sustained peace across Nigeria. The wife of the Lagos State Governor and chairperson of the Committee of Wives of Lagos State's officials, Dr. Ibijoke SANWO-OLU, has urged women to use what they have to make people around them happy and continue upholding COWLSO's vision of leadership, compassion, and service. Dr. SANWO-OLU was speaking at the closing ceremony of the 25th National Women's Conference held in Lagos. The state governor, Babajide SANWO-OLU, who was represented by his deputy, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, commended COWLSO for its enduring legacy of empowering women and transforming families. The governor noted that over the past 25 years, the group has grown from a small circle into a movement shaping conversations and uplifting lives across Nigeria. And to some political stories. The ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, has achieved a 2/3 majority in the House of Representatives, following the defection of 6 opposition lawmakers during Thursday's plenary session in Abuja. 5 members of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, from the Southeast, and 1 member of the Labour Party from Plateau State formally joined the APC. With these defections, APC membership in the House now stands at 242, leaving the PDP with 74 seats. The lawmakers who cross-carpeted cited internal wrangling within their parties. Ahead of the 2027 presidential election, leaders in Nigeria's southwest region are mobilizing support to have the President Bola Tinubu as the sole candidate of the All Progressives Congress. A call has been made for the region's governor to hold a joint endorsement rally in a show of unity and support for Tinubu's administration. Some party leaders during a rally say they are out to demonstrate that his support base remains intact and to reinforce the region's commitment to his renewed hope agenda. Regional stakeholders highlight the establishment of the Southwest Development Commission as a significant development linked to Tinubu's efforts. Still on the 2027 election, leaders of the Ughelli North, Ughelli South, and the Federal Constituency Forum of the All Progressives Congress have endorsed President Bola Tinubu and Delta State Governor Sheriff Obowuri as the sole candidates for contest. The endorsement came at a meeting in Owen, Udu local government area, where House of Representative members Honorable Francis Wave moved the motion, praising President Tinubu's development efforts and Governor Obowuri's performance. Forum Chairman Olorogun John Oguma said the group is united to ensure both leaders' re-election, declaring there is no vacancy in Asuu or in Dennis Osadebe's house. Ahead of the Saturday, November 8th governorship election in Anambra State, the candidate of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, John Chuma Nwosu, says he is confident of the victory provided vote buying and vote apathy are eliminated. Nwosu, who recently decamped from the Labour Party to the ADC, explained that his defection was driven by irregularities in the LP's nomination process, which he said contravened Nigeria's electoral laws. The ADC flag bearer, revealed that he was instrumental in building the Labour Party structure in Anambra, setting up 21 local government offices and providing funds and logistics for the operations. Away from politics, the Civil Defense Correctional Fire and Immigration Services Board has released names of candidates shortlisted for the paramilitary agency's recruitment computer-based test. The board secretary, Major General Abdulmalik Jubril, announced this via a statement, urged candidates who applied for recruitment into any of the 4 paramilitary agencies to visit its official recruitment portal from Thursday to check if they had been shortlisted. The agencies are the Nigerian Correctional Service, Nigerian Immigration Service, Federal Fire Service, and Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. He also enjoined applicants to take note of the correct portal. President Bola TINUBU has approved a 15% import duty on petrol and diesel import in Nigeria. The decision, contained in a letter dated October 21, 2025, was conveyed to the Federal Inland Revenue Service and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority by the President's Private Secretary Damilotu Aderemi. The introduction of the import duty is expected to increase the pump price of petrol by approximately 99 naira 72 kobo per litre. The new duty will be calculated on the cost, insurance, and freight value of imported petroleum products, aligning import costs with domestic market realities. Let's go on a break now. When we return, we will let you know how the Eurozone economy is performing. That's on business. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Data according to the United Nations World Food Programme says 30.6 million Nigerians face acute food insecurity. Experts blame on many factors, which include the security challenges in the North and Middle Belt, post-harvest losses, poor storage facility, and a couple of other issues. Over the years, there have been efforts at boosting food production in Nigeria, taking advantage of its over 70 million hectares of land, multiple agroecological zones, and a climate favorable for year-round farming. There have been several other such interventions by governments at council, state, and federal levels, including the Produce for Lagos program and the 500 billion naira guarantee fund scheme by the Lagos state government. In September, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Yari, said the prices of food items have crashed across the country, but some Nigerians differ, saying they are yet to feel the ease.
Before, we said chicken for it before, but now we sell 5,000 naira. This one before at the selling 300, now at the selling 500 because only don't cost. Down at the selling, before at the selling 3,500. Now at the selling 6,000. Everything don't cost.
About 2 months ago, we are buying the fruit like rice or back of rice is 70-something thousand naira, like 75, 78, 73. But now 60, 62, 50, 55 safe. So if I look, it's gone down now. Not to say like I was increasing the price now.
2025 marks the 80th anniversary of the annual World Food Day, which is celebrated on October the 16th every year. This year with the theme, Hand in Hand for Better Food and a Better Future. The United Nations target building a peaceful, sustainable and food secure future where everyone has access to a healthy diet. To achieve this, experts suggest the way forward must be comprehensive, from tackling insecurity to investing in climate resilience farming to improving storage, irrigation, and transportation systems. That's in addition to strengthening farmers' cooperatives, access to finance and research. With the right investment, policies, and protection for its farmers, Nigeria may be on its way from food insecurity to food sovereignty. Because in a nation so richly blessed, no one should go hungry. Data according to
Welcome back. Let's turn our attention to business. The Eurozone economy grew faster than expected in the third quarter of 2025, boosted by stronger performance in France and Spain despite ongoing political and fiscal challenges. Official figures released on Thursday show the 20-nation currency bloc expanded by 0.2% between July and September, double the rate analysts had forecast. France surprised markets with 0.5% growth, helped by higher exports and investments, while Spain's economy rose 0.6%. Germany and Italy, however, recorded no growth, with Germany narrowly avoiding recession. Economists have cautioned that uncertainty in Europe and globally could slow momentum in the months ahead. The European Central Bank is expected to hold interest rates steady later today as officials meet in Florence in Italy. Imola Johnson has most business stories.
Welcome back on Business News. A recent report by Quarters Economists has urged the Central Bank of Nigeria to introduce new single note denominations of 10,000 naira and 20,000 naira to enhance currency portability and reduce the physical burden of cash transactions. The analysis highlights that the current structure limits efficiency in large value cash dealings, and more sophisticated denominations would align Nigeria's cash system with global best practices. The review asserts that higher value banknotes would reduce the frequency of large exchange, lower handling costs, and support smoother economic operations. The proposal comes amid ongoing reforms of the Naira and financial infrastructure, though no official decision has been announced by the Apex Bank to date. The African Union has announced a $13 billion investment to upgrade airports and airspace systems across the continent as part of its efforts to modernize Africa's aviation infrastructure. The plan was unveiled at the 3rd Financing Summit for Africa's Infrastructure Development in Rwanda. According to the AU, the project aims to strengthen the single African air transport market and enhance connectivity across African nations. Out of the total investment, $10 billion will go into airports and aerodrome development, while $8 billion will be allocated to improve communication, navigation, and meteorological systems. The remaining funds will support institutional reforms and attract private sector participation. The African Civil Aviation Commission, in collaboration with the International Civil Aviation Organization and the World Bank, estimated that between $25 billion and $30 billion will be needed over the next decade to close aviation infrastructure gaps on the continent. The AU plans to mobilize $10 billion in public finance and attract $20 billion from private and institutional investors through the African Union Development Agency. And that's it on Business News.
Imole, and on the foreign scene, the United States President Donald Trump has directed the Pentagon to immediately resume nuclear weapons testing, marking the first of such move in more than 3 decades. Trump made the announcement through his social media platform ahead of a summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping in Busan, South Korea. The U.S. President said the decision followed reports of increased testing activities by Russia and China, adding that the US must match their pace to maintain global strategic balance. It remains unclear whether the order refers to full-scale nuclear detonations or limited non-explosive tests. The directive has sparked global reactions, with Russia warning of heightened tensions and China urging the US to respect the international moratorium on nuclear tests. And in the Middle East, Israel's military has confirmed it carried out multiple airstrikes across the Gaza Strip during what health officials in Gaza described as the deadliest night since the truce entered into force on October 10. At least 104 Palestinians were killed, including 46 children, and some 200 plus were wounded. Israel said the operation targeted dozens of commanders and weapons storage sites in northern Gaza, citing a fatal incident involving one of its soldiers as justification. The strikes followed allegations that Hamas had breached the ceasefire deal by transferring remains of an Israeli hostage and staging the discovery. Israel declared renewed enforcement of the truce after the raids, while the militant group denied responsibility for the soldiers' death and reaffirmed its commitment to the agreement. Praise Adeleke is standing by for our sports stories. Hello, Praise.
Thank you, Mary. Welcome to Sport. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will open their training camp in Rabat, Morocco on Sunday, November 9th, ahead of the crucial African playoff ties that will determine qualification for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The camp opening was confirmed by the Nigeria Football Federation and the National Sports Commission as the team prepares to face Gabon in the semi-final on Thursday, November 13th. If successful, the Eagles will meet either Cameroon or the Democratic Republic of Congo in the final scheduled for Sunday, November 16. NFF official says preparations are being handled meticulously to maximize the team's chances of securing Africa's slot in the intercontinental playoffs and ultimately a place in the global football showpiece. And lastly, on sports, the Nigerian boxing team is intensifying preparations for the upcoming campaign in Saudi Arabia under the watch of the newly elected board of the Nigerian Boxing Federation. The board visited the national training camp in preparation mode and affirmed its commitment to improved support and facilities for the athletics. The team's participation in the Saudi Games is viewed as a key opportunity to showcase Nigerian boxing talent and secure strong results on the international stage. Coaches and athletics are emphasizing rigorous training, mental readiness, and strategic planning as they look to make an impact. The NBF board's involvement aims to signal a fresh era of oversight and renewed ambition for boxing in Nigeria. That's all on today's sports news. Over to you.
Thank you, Praise. Let's join Fawaz Akoshile, who is our guide through the entertainment world.
Thank you very much. And now on entertainment news, Ebuka champions emotional openness among men with new podcast launch. A new podcast titled Mentality with Ebuka, hosted by media personality Ebuka Obi Uchendu and co-hosted by popular actor Banky Wellington, has officially been launched in Lagos. The series, produced in partnership with the She Tank Initiative and Empire Mate Entertainment, will explore modern masculinity through conversations grounded in data and lived experience. The event drew a mix of industry figures, creatives, and influencers, marking a push towards dismantling stereotypes around identity and emotional vulnerability. The platform is designed to encourage men to redefine strength, open up about their feelings, and build authentic connections. The launch signals a shift in the cultural narrative, positioning men's mental health and emotional literacy as essential components of growth, purpose, and relational fulfillment.
My name is Ebuka of Nintendo, here at the launch of Mentality with Ebuka, the best podcast you're yet to see.
In another news, Tenny and Gunna are set to release collaborative single Speed on November 14. Nigerian Afrobeat artist has announced a bold new single titled Speed, featuring American rapper Gunna, scheduled to release on Friday, November 14. The collaboration marks a fusion of Afrobeat and trap, with Tenny's energetic delivery complemented by Gunna's signature flow. A clip shared online previews the track's high-tempo rhythm and confident tone, which is generating significant buzz among fans. This venture builds on Tenny's reputation for genre-bending hits and underscores Gunna's growing influence within the Afrobeat scene. Music observers view the single as a strategic move to further globalize African sound and reach new audiences. Speed is expected to drop at midnight and will be available across all major streaming platforms.
Are you ready? From the left to the right, those that are gonna believe. I said this song in a heat, and it's this on the beat. I cannot be on the beat.
That is all on entertainment news today. Back to you for the rest of the bulletin.
Thank you for WAS, and that's it on this news bulletin. Thank you for keeping us company. Please follow us for more reports and updates. You can get more on our website, www.africanews24.ng, and also on all our social media platforms. I'm Mary Adam. It's bye for now.